This is the Tree of Life, Season 30, Chapter 5. In this episode, we will be talking about alignment and drift of the spatial plates. In the last episode, we talked about the stacking of perceptual experiences within hierarchical priority. In this formulation, the lower in priority acts out the impulse for the higher in priority. Further to this, there may be an alignment of some of the spatial plates, but not others. This means that there will be mirroring between certain plates in both linear streams of experience of stacked perceptual subjects. For example, if the plate of the hands and posture are in alignment between distinct stacked perceptual experiences, then both subjects will have the same expression along those plates, disconnected by their location or objects, which remain analogues. This means that they exhibit the same priority hierarchically along those spatial plates. To reiterate, there are 9 levels to every interaction, which reflect 9 consciousness receptors, which can be reverse substitution events. As such, if 2 or more of the spatial plates align between a superior and inferior in hierarchical priority, it means that they are described by structures with coincident priority. In the other plates, which do not align between superior and inferior, we have conflicting priority structures describing those movements. As explained in previous episodes, when there are conflicting priority structures, the result is the substitution of the impulse affirmed without substitution of the subject to act out that impulse. For example, when multiplicitous structures cause recursion. If person A affirms impulse 1 and negates impulse not 1 for person B, and person B affirms impulse 2 and negates impulse not 2 for A, then the structure can be collapsed such that person A substitutes for person A, acting out impulse 2. In other words, when there are conflicting structures, the result is what I call drift in the affirmation of impulses, without a substitution of subject. Thus, you can imagine that at any given moment, for any individual subject, the 5 spatial plates are each individually either in alignment to a given priority or exhibiting drift. Those which are exhibiting drift will express impulses according to the objective-oriented action of the other superior subject member by structure, without the stacking of perceptions. Further, the compelling of acquiescence sees compelled mirroring between stacked subjects according to a given spatial plate. That is, the compelling of acquiescence represents the forced alignment of an inferior subject to a superior subject within nonlinearity. Since we understand that the 9 plates of expression are 9 distinct complete persons along a distinct interwoven path, rather than merely the bare mechanical appendage by which they are signified, the plates themselves can be represented in 3-dimensional structural diagrams. This permits one to conceptualize the mirroring, common tension release and emotional coupling within said structures, signifying common priority in reverse substitution. Finally, we see that drift in structures produces synchronicity, as stacked spaces become contiguous spaces unified within linearity by common objects. That's the end of the podcast for today.